Probably the worst strap spaghetti I've ever seen. We're in Maine. The four-wheeler's loaded up on a rental truck. We got all the stuff unloaded at the storage building, and we're fixing to head back up to Holton. We're in Bangor right now. We fly out Friday, but we got a few days. We got a driveway and a pad to put in, but we're on our way up to Holton. So let's see how it goes. Ready, what you? Because honestly, I'm not 100% sure on where we're. Well, I know nothing about setting a tent up. So you want 2 long poles? Good. The tent big enough to put a car. Tight fit with them, but huh? It's gonna be a tight fit, but I think they'll fit in for us. It's good. Yeah. I don't see the. And my red one's right.
You found some off?
Yeah, I'm hoping it'll help with any ticks that we run into. Black fly apocalypse. They're everywhere. Oh my gosh. This is intense. We have camp set up. Dad's going to get the rest of the groceries. We have a bunch of stuff out here. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. But these black flies are insane. But camp set up, we're fixing to work on getting the other one put up.
So this is where it stops.
It's a fairly good assumption that we have an abundance of moose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Insane. You know, it's really hard for me to say what drove us up here. And even now, I still don't know how to say it. But it's just one of those things that I felt like we were supposed to do. I mean, we're here now. Well, I'm here. And we're exploring the property, but It's hard for me to say why. But you're not going to be able to see on camera, but this valley dips down in there pretty good. And when I walk around this property and I look at everything that we have, I feel like that explains a lot to myself of why. I mean, right now, Dad's got the generator running, but without that thing going, it is dead silent out here. And we're in the woods. And it's starting to rain. But I'll flip it around and show you guys kind of what I'm thinking. It might change once Brienne gets up here and looks at it, but we'll see. I'm thinking our smaller cabin is gonna go up here. There's some pretty massive maples, but I think our smaller cabin's gonna go up here, looking down into this, and then once we build the bigger cabin, it'll be back up that way. But the smaller cabin that I can build in 3 months, somewhere here. But that might change once the wife gets here. She might like something different. But the brook is down this way. Me and Dad walked down there yesterday. We found a couple more spots over that way. Eventually you guys will get to see, but for right now, whatever video I've taken is what I've taken, because we've been working hard to get it ready. But in the very first video that I posted, we walked down here, down into there, and walked up here and back out. I've explored pretty much every spot on this side of the property. Not much on that side. But it is a beautiful place. But there is a lot of work to do. You can see all the trees that have fallen down. I mean, and there's some big beech trees, some really big maples, sugar maples actually, which is fantastic. I hate to cut a few of those down, but I think we're gonna have to. Yeah, we're on day 2 of this trip, or day 2 of working on the property. We got here Saturday and driving all the way from Texas. I'll be honest, we just kind of slept all day, but we've been putting in some work. We got gravel delivered. You'll see that next. Skid steer's coming in the morning, so we can get a pad put in a driveway. But somewhere up here, somewhere, is where you will see me for the next probably 4 months. Put together a cabin. And then you'll see us over the winter in this cabin. And then eventually, somewhere back there, you'll see me build a house. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to take in emotionally, honestly, because all this is ours. We don't owe anything on it. We don't owe nothing but taxes. Whole nother story, but, or not story, but whole other conversation about taxes. We'll have it one day. Yeah, taxes. Anyway, I guess you'll see me maybe up at camp drinking a Pepsi or in a skid steer. Yeah, probably drinking a Pepsi. I just clicked the camera off, but a little bit ago you saw moose poop. There's more. It's everywhere. I don't know. Our camera's back there that Mr. Jason put up for us, and we got a picture of 4 or 5 moose since November. but I have found so much of that. It's everywhere. So I'm sure eventually you guys will see me encounter a moose out here. Honestly, probably be quite terrifying, but you know, should be fun. I'll find a tree to climb up. Kind of like when you run into pigs in Texas, but it's probably, I don't know. Let me know, how many pigs equal a moose? I'm sure you can Google it. Let me know how many pigs equal a moose, and that's how many pigs I'll be running from when I climb up a tree, running from a moose. Back up this hill, back to camp. Skid steer. All right, we are in the skid steer. Maybe. If I can figure out how to start it. There we go, let's push button. Holy crap, you can see all of my gray hair. Goodness gracious. Alright. Windows are nice and fogged up. Park and brake off. Add it up a little bit. Alright, so what we're doing now is cleaning up for the solar panels. When we get over here, I'll flip y'all around. I do have a secret though. The skid steer has been here for a couple hours, but I needed to get some work done, so I just got it done. But you can see me cut another trail, spread some gravel, and clear for the solar panels. All this right in here, I just cleared up, and one of the most exciting parts of it. We have a driveway! Oh my gosh, that is crazy, right? But what I'm supposed to do right now is clear a spot right in here for the solar panels. You guys get to watch me do that. There's my bucket. It's kind of steep right here, huh? There we go. Alright, here we go. Cleaning for the old. Hang on, let me clean my windshield. Cleaning for the solar panels. It is hot in here. This thing's cabbed. It is no joke. Bumps and rocks, and I don't want to pop a track or get stuck because we are in the middle of nowhere out here. So if I can just scrape some of this vegetation off, I can see what I'm working with. Look at all them rocks. Up here in Maine, it's a whole lot of rocks. Alright. Stump over there. You can see it right there. That's the kind of things you gotta watch out for when you're running one of these where you vlog. Kind of drill post holes for this solar right here. I can already tell that just based off of the rock that's in here. Trying to go real slow so it don't jump you guys around. Look at Alright, now we just try to push it all off. saying I'm an operator, but get Dad to run this, but he was a little scared. Oh, that's a big rock. He used to always say, if it's a little off, life goes on. And that's the same thing when you're doing this type of stuff, especially for yourself. If it's a little off, life goes on. They're in a spot for the solar panels. It's not level, it's not perfect, but it's a heck of a lot better than it was. And that's all we need. On to the next project. It'll be fun. We're gonna squeeze our way past camp here and get a trail built down to the build site. But I gotta make sure I don't hit the four-wheeler, the campfire, or the tent. You guys can't see what's going on, but I can see how terrifying it is. It's blue sky. Crazy. Driveway's done. It's about where the well's gonna go. We'll have a road in right here. That's where we're gonna build. As soon as we get done with that, I'll walk you down there. But just look at that. That's awesome. Well, this is Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. It's our last day. Took it really easy today. We put in a bunch of work the last couple of days. The spot I'm in right now is what you guys seen me clearing yesterday with the skid steer. This is where we're gonna build the first cabin, the smaller one. You can see it looks down this ridge. There's a couple good there's a big sugar maple, a couple other decent trees, but a lot of these smaller trees are gonna go. We gotta get it cleaned up so we can see down the ridge. But eventually there'll be a road all the way into this. This is where the first cabin's gonna go. You saw clearing it with the skid steer. We only had it for a day, so I didn't get everything I wanted done, but you guys seen some of it. You did seen some of it. But that first cabin's gonna go right there, the smaller one. And I'm in a decent size clearing here. I think we're gonna put the wood shed there. And that's the road that goes up to the front. Eventually we'll have this whole road graveled in. But we'll walk up there and you can kind of see what it's about. It is a decent road. That's where the smaller cabin's gonna go. I got a couple more trees to cut here, because we're gonna do it like horizontal here. That way we have windows looking off on the bottom. That might change a little bit whenever Brianne gets here, but for sure that smaller cabin will be built in this area. It may be over here a little bit. It may be back a little bit. It may be like this. I don't know. Whatever Brianne wants to do. I just know that's the best spot for the smaller one. After we get the small cabin built, our big cabin's gonna go back that way. It is a killer ridge that looks straight down into the brook. That is just beautiful. You'll see it probably next week's episode, when we make it up here with the camper and everything. But this is the road up. We've got a spot here. I'm gonna put like a little lean-to style shed. It'll be for the four-wheeler, the snow blower, a couple other things. I'm gonna put a decent sized shed up there, up top where we're walking, because that's where the garden's gonna go. But for now, I got the road cleaned up so we can get the four-wheeler with the trailer in and out with materials pretty easy. We got all of our stuff sitting here under the canopy until we get back. Camp's still up for now, but this road will come all the way here from the driveway. Up here, when we get back, I'm gonna extend this driveway down a little bit into this. When we get back next week, but when you come in the driveway, you'll come in, turn right, little left turn down into what we just walked up. But up here is going to be all the way back to those big trees. Clear all that out, come down into this a little bit, maybe another like 30 yards or so, open this all up, and there's still all be fenced and pastured, with the exception of a big garden, but up here on this hill you can see there's some really good dirt. You can see up the hill, you see a lot of this in Maine, unfinished, abandoned structures. I mean, they seemed like nice people when we were here in November, and they were here, and then I don't know if they made it through the winter, but this is where the solar panels are gonna go. I got that spot cleaned up. We'll push the solar panels back up in there. Maybe, I don't know, I kind of thought about making this a parking area, but again, I don't know. And I might actually do that. I might make that the parking area when we come back up next week. I haven't really decided yet if the solar panels are going to go here or if we'll make that a parking area so that when you come in you can park here or keep going down the road where we just walked up down to the smaller cabin. I put this pad a little wide down here so we could fit maybe 2 vehicles. I gotta fill that spot in there with some gravel, but all this was like kind of squishy because of the rain that we had, but eventually it'll be that corner with gravel so you can pull another vehicle up in there. But the camper for right now is gonna go where the truck is. But we got quite a bit done this week. Took it really easy yesterday or today, but just kind of reset everything. We went in town, washed our clothes, and got a shower. And the laundromat here in town is pretty nice, so that was a good experience. Got one more day. I'm sure you'll see a little bit of video from tomorrow, and then a little bit from when we fly out. And for you, that'll be like a minute. For me, it'll be 2 days. Fly out 5:30 Friday morning, so early flight. But yep, this is it. This is our first episode of moving to Maine, so let me know how we did. I'm sure it's garbage, but I did what I could.